Hi everyone. This is a warm welcome to all who are watching my PPT. This is Pawan from Data Science Group B section. I am here to explain you a topic called modeling the structure of local energy markets. This topic belongs to BWE and I am here for you to explain this topic, and we will learn more about this topic from our slides. I am here to explain you all the topics and all the keywords in this topic. We will move on to next slide to learn more about this. This is the introduction. The electricity market is a system comprised of generation, transportation, and selling of electricity to the consumers. Etymologically, the electric utilizers were vertically integrated, means the generation, the transmission, and the distribution incorporated by a single frame. These companies were responsible for production as well as retailing, hence the monopoly over the electricity in their area. The price was regulated, the need for risk-free finance to enhance infrastructure, global economic crisis, and pressure on financial institutes are primary hurdles faced by these companies. Means in case of we are talking about electricity, and those we are talking about the structure of modeling the structure of electricity local energy markets, means electricity, all those. In this we are telling that electricity market is comprised of transportation and selling of electricity to the customers. Nowadays the usage of electricity is more because of growth of population and more electronic gadgets and all. For the generation and the transportation and the distribution incorporated by a single frame, it's not happening well at all. These companies are responsible for production as well as retailing, hence the monopoly over the electricity in this area. Then hence the price was regulated from time to time of the production of electricity and consume of electricity. Based on that production and consumption, the price will be regulated. The need for risk-free finance to enhance infrastructure, global economic crisis, and the pressure on financial institutes are primary hurdles faced by these companies. Means in these companies, as the price was regulated, there was no standard of prices, and because of that, there will be a risk of finance to these companies for infrastructure, global economic crisis, and pressure on financial institutes. These are the primary problems for these companies. We will move on next. Yes, here we have some pie chart and some information about them. This introduces the market of local electricity market. This we are going to learn in our PPT, that our topic local electricity market. To reduce the pressure on electricity, we are using another method called local electricity market. The concept of local electricity market, we shortly call it as LEM, as one of the solution to the problem faced by traditional electricity markets of those companies who are facing the losses and unable to have the finance, are having a solution called local electricity market, LEM. Here one unit: generator, transmission, distribution, and consumer. Here power flow are shown by this arrow and information flow shown in this arrow. Means from generation, from the starting stage of current electricity production, first it goes for generation and then transmission and then distribution. In these three parts, electricity flows from here to there and there to here. Then it will reaches the consumer, who are user. From consumer for us, then we will have the electricity without cut. Then we will move on next. Traditional electricity market. The actors in electricity market include the participants: producer, trader, retailer, and consumer. And the market facilitators: transmission system operator, TSO, independent system operator, ISO, and distribution system operator. These are the characters are people who are involved in production, transmission, consumption of electricity. The first include participants are producer, who produces the electricity, trader, who sells those, trader, who buys those in bulk, it retailer, he will again buy sell for others, and the retailer sells to consumers, and we are consumers who are consuming electricity. And the in the under the system in faculty are the market facilitators, transmission system operator TSO, independent system operator ISO, and distribution system operator DSO. It comprises of wholesale electricity market and retail electricity market. Means it compromises with both wholesale and retail electric market. You can find both in them. We will move on next. The wholesale electricity market. Shortly, we called it as WEM. In this, we are going to have transmission network. From transmission network, we are having these structure, and at last we are getting to the consumer. In this method or we can get to large consumer. For large consumer, they are getting from 3 generators. From one disco, they are getting 3 genco, and one disco they are getting 2 genco. If it is a large customer, they are getting more, or if a normal energy flow will be shown by this arrow, and if they are small customers, they are getting like this. This is wholesale market electricity market pie chart. You can observe from this, you can easily identify what was going on there. We'll move on. Traditional electricity market. The actors, oh, sorry, we will move on next. Wholesale electricity market are not designed for the variable generation or renewable energy source RES. In energy only markets, the price of electricity in the wholesale market is set by system marginal cost. Means wholesale electricity market was not designed for variable generation or renewable energy source. Means we cannot reproduce those. In energy only markets, the price of electricity in the wholesale market is set by the system marginal cost. Means the price will be set by higher officials, and that will be fixed. There will be no change in price or anything. Then electricity generation from RES is intermittent in nature, and marginal increases price risk due to divergence caused by day ahead and real-time electricity prices. The backup generation recommended in such case have a great flexibility, which comes with a enormous marginal cost. Means electricity generation form is intimate in nature, and marginal increase prices risk due to diverse caused by day ahead and real-time electricity prices. Means this electricity generation form has no standard of prices, and due to the demand and supply, the prices may increase or fall back. This goes on in this. The backup generation recommended in such case. In these cases, backup generation has great flexibility, which comes of marginal cost. Means we can bear those costs in this backup generation. We have the flexibility of that. We'll move to next. Here we have retail electricity market, REM. This is one kind of another market, which one is solution for electricity crisis. This was also same as our old wholesale electricity market, and retail. This one is retail electricity market. Both are not much similar, but some changes will be, because from here also it will come to distribution network, means retail network. From here it will come to consumers. In our wholesale electricity market, we are getting directly to consumers from disk and transmission network. But in retail electricity market, we are first getting to distribution network or retail market. then only it was receiving directly to the small consumers. If it is a large consumer, he is getting directly from transmission network. But if in case of small consumers, it was getting from distribution consumer or retail market. This is retail market, retail electricity market structure. Next, in retail electricity market, in shortcut REM, the drawback of wholesale electricity market is eliminated by giving access to the consumer to choose the retail service. The distribution market becomes more competitive as free entry to retails is provided. Now the consumers can change their retailers for better services and price. Means in REM, the which we have a drawback in WEM will be overcome in retail electricity market by giving access to the customers to choose the retail prices, retail service. The distribution market becomes more competitive as free entry to retails is provided. Now the consumers can change their retailers for better services and prices. Consumer demand is inflexible, unplanned, and follows sensational change. The system operator keeps track on the generating unit and spinning revise to balance the system. Due to variable RES and requirement of backup generation adds to the flexibility requirement for system operator. Means consumer demand is inflexible, unplanned, because we don't know how much consumer can consume or he will left behind. So following that sensational change, the system operator keeps track on the generating unit and spinning revise to balance the system. Due to revise due to variable RES and the requirement of backup generation adds to the flexibility of the requirement for system operator. Due to this availability in RES, we are able to manage with the demand and supply to the consumer from the from electricity through RES. So we can find the according additional to that requirement of backup generation adds to the flexibility requirement for system operator. It was also helping our in a great manner. Next, local electricity market. Local electricity market, LEM. This was our main topic what we are discussing now. Local energy. It was divided into 4 types: ownership, linked to community, delivery mechanism, size. In ownership, it was divided into 4 parts: community, local authority, privately, jointly. Means these 4 kinds of category customers can take those. Means in community or local authority or privately or jointly. In any way, the consumers can take the local energy market. Next line to community. Energy security, cost of consumers, care on distribution, source of investment. In line of community, we will take care of these 4 items. And then on in energy security, we will take 3 categories: flexibility, storage, diversity in energy source. Means we need the flexibility and we need storage and diversity in energy source. We will check in energy security, we will check these 3 factors, and then we will move to delivery mechanism. Means is that AC alternative current or DC direct current or trading or pricing. We will check these 3 in delivery mechanism. When we came to customer, customer will check these 3: AC or DC, trading or pricing. Next, size, small or medium type of customers. Means it will generally available in smaller size according to the type of customers. Means community or privately or jointly or local authority, it will go on increasing types of consumers. Okay, next we move on. The wholesale and the retail markets are facing problems which can be reduced by the joint operation of generation, storage, and demand response, which can be fulfilled by LEM. First, the concept of LEM is discussed. Means when the wholesale and retail markets are going on, apart from those, some are facing problems in that also. To reduce those drawbacks and problems, we have the solution called LEM, Local Energy Market. That was our topic. This we will discuss here. This was the flowchart of that LEM, which I discussed earlier and here also. Then we will move on. Trading in LEM, Local Energy Market. The design of local electricity market depends on the characteristics and the objectives of the participants, actors, that is electricity producers, consumers, suppliers, network operators, aggregators, etc. The design of local electricity market depends on these characters. Means those are electricity producers, consumers, suppliers, network operators, aggregators. The local grid controller, LGC, interact with the local electricity resources and the aggregator. It is responsible for managing demand side response. Means for customers, demand only will produce the supply. To take care of that demand and for the response of supply, the local grid controller LGC will take care of the managing the demand side response. It will take the demand side response and inform to the unit to increase the production or decrease the production. It was fully controlled by the local grid controller. Next, we will move on. Opportunities with LEM. Sorry. Yeah, this one we are discussing. Opportunities with LEM. The LEM services as a tool to climate change and carbon mitigation technique with energy security to serve electricity at an affordable price. Along with these benefits, the LMS has the following opportunities. Means the local energy market is a tool for climate change and carbon migration technique with energy security to serve electricity at an affordable price, where can the customers feel no burden. In these benefits, we are getting mitigation of market power, flexibility and security to consumers, demand response management, provides accessory services, reduced operating cost, support to medium size RE power plant, support smart grid. These are the advantages of using LEM in our areas. Next, we will move on. Barriers in LEM. LEMs deals with the linking and connecting energy, economy, and environment. The electricity market and the system are interlinked. The barriers to develop of LEM are reflected. Barriers in LEM: technical, economical, environment, policy. These are the barriers or stoppages of our LEM. Technical means resources, design and installation, grid codes, skill and technology. In economically, cost and pricing, price, financial issues, power, power purchase arguments, in, intuitive duties. In environmental, we need land and pollution. We will take care of these. We should take care of these. And policy, administrative awareness, advice and support services. We all need these to build up a good LEM, and we need all these essential things. Next, we will move on. Here we come from conclusion. The solutions to TEM can be met by LEM. Our topic, local energy market, is a solution for TEM. It gives individual as well as combined benefits of generation, storage, and demand response at local and medium voltage level at the load side. The LEM can serve as the initial service provider regarding the burden of balancing market required for meeting power demand. It opens doors for the interactive grid and customer participation. Economic feasibility can be achieved by considering different business models and time scale of the market. Okay, I hope all are understand my PPT, and I'm very glad to have this time with you. and thank you for giving me this golden opportunity to share a few words about my topic. Thank you all.